First, they're creepy, crawly, and the most prevalent of predators. And here's a scary thought for you.
You're never far from a spider. They're among the most successful creatures on Earth. They're clever, cunning, and lethal predators. Spiders are purpose-built for the business of killing, and they kill in frightening ways. They snare, they stalk, they paralyze, they poison. Over millions of years, they've evolved into an extraordinary group, marvels of design and masters of foul means of murder. For a deadly few, that means membership of a very special club, super spiders. From the highest alpine peaks to the driest of deserts, from the deepest and darkest of caves to marine tidal pools, it's a spider's world. Some live on the surface of water, while a few spend their entire lives beneath it. Able to survive almost everywhere, spiders are never more than an arm's length away from us. They're constantly eating their way through a huge weight of insects. To do so, some have become master chemists. Today's spiders are the result of over 400 million years of evolution. But that evolution has taken a very different path to our own. Poisonous fangs, organs that exude strong, sticky silk, a segmented body covered in bristles, 8 legs, and more than one pair of eyes. Almost every part of a spider is different to us, an assembly of alien anatomy that comes in a bewildering variety of shapes and sizes. Even their behavior can seem savage and baffling. Their exotic, menacing qualities are the result of an arms race with their insect prey. It's a race that began when the first spider evolved. The original design was so successful that there are still spiders today that resemble their primitive ancestors. The tarantula is a big, shaggy caveman of spiders. Its 8 simple eyes distinguish little more than dark and light. With its long legs, a big tarantula may span a dinner plate. But although it's primitive, even ugly, it's beautifully designed for survival. An unsuspecting fer de lance is being stalked by a tarantula. This particular snake is itself a lethal predator, agile, intelligent, and capable of killing humans. It should be more than a match for the hairy spider. But nature is full of unpleasant surprises. Incredibly, the nearly blind tarantula's fangs strike their mark. Soon, the snake suffers complete paralysis. With no teeth or tongue, the tarantula pumps its stomach juices into the victim, digesting it alive and slurping up snake soup. The nocturnal hunter rearranges its prize in an underground burrow. The tarantula can make kills like this because of an early warning system that makes up for its poor eyesight. It spins trip lines and uses them like radar, tracking intruders on their way across its territory. Finally, it uses speed and surprise for a successful catch. The more it eats, the bigger this super spider grows. But its outer skeleton can't expand. It simply shrugs it off, like an old coat. But that shaggy coat isn't for keeping warm. The bristly hair forms a suit of many different sensors. Some respond to the smallest vibrations, while others can be fired in self-defense like tiny spears. From this ancient but effective design, spiders would evolve new tricks and become the most prevalent predators on Earth. There are reckoned to be at least 40,000 species of spider in the world, ranging from tiny midget spiders to ones that are large enough to eat a bird. The Disdera tracks its prey by scent. You might not think a woodlouse smells of anything, but it secretes repellent fluids to deter enemies. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to work against a woodlouse-eating spider. Neither does its armor plating. With huge fangs, the spider impales and paralyzes the woodlouse, then sucks out its living juices. When her belly's full, the spider produces a shower of sexual pheromones and advertises for a lover. The female's love potion lasts long after her death, and males are programmed to respond. This one thinks he's in with a chance, even though the creature he's smelling is dead. But the pull of nature is so strong, he tries to mate with her anyway. He can't help it. Many spiders are little more than tiny robots that react to chemical commands. Robots that also use chemicals to deadly effect. The Sydney funnelweb's bite is one of the deadliest, but only to humans. It's harmless to most other mammals. Well, this is strange because people arrived in Australia long after the spider. Funnelwebs eat cockroaches, not people. Is its toxicity to humans just an accident of evolution? It's one of this super spider's deadly secrets. What we do know is that spiders deliver their poisons much like vipers, squeezing glands inside their head, forcing venom through hollow fangs. The venom blocks signals to the nerves, causing paralysis rather than death. Spiders like their food alive, but not kicking. Just as their prey have developed new techniques to avoid them, spiders have developed new tricks for catching them. The spider's web is one of nature's ultimate snares. Practically invisible, incredibly strong, it's a flying insect's worst nightmare. But it took several steps before spiders could catch insects in flight. Silk glands may have started out as excretory glands, then scent glands, used for navigation or marking territory. Primitive tarantulas use silk to line burrows or set trip lines. But others developed silk into a series of increasingly deadly weapons. Trapdoor spiders are ambush predators. They line their burrows with silk, making the long wait for prey more comfortable. They also use it to engineer the hinge on their deadly trapdoors. From a simple burrow lining, funnel web spiders began weaving silk into structures that detected and guided prey to them. The next step was to weave sheet webs, snares that, when placed vertically, could catch food on the wing. Orb weaver spiders build the largest and most complex aerial traps. Cobwebs like these are what you see in spooky mansions and horror stories, but they're also structures of great beauty. Now scientists are looking at webs like this to harness the spider's powers of invention. Spider silk specialist Scott Gould studies primitive spiders and their silk.
My interest here is to understand the molecular makeup, the molecular structure of spider silk. Silk has incredible material properties. It's incredibly strong. You can stretch it quite a distance before it breaks. It's incredibly tough.
Scott's research shows that spider silk is many times stronger than steel.
Spider silk is so strong that someone of my weight could be held up by a single strand only 1 millimeter in diameter.
Spider silk comes in many varieties. For strength, for stretch, for stickiness. Even more impressive, the silk begins as a liquid, but turns solid the instant it's stretched. There's a silk for every purpose. Webs are made from different kinds of silk. They're masterpieces of design and engineering. At first, the web isn't sticky. It's made from strong structural strands. Once the foundation is laid, the spider eats some strands, replacing them with a sticky inner silk of the kill zone. Orb spiders spin the toughest webs. They usually spin one a day, always improving the chances of a kill. The strategy is simple and elegant. Set the trap, wait, strike. The paralyzed prey is wrapped so it stays alive to be eaten fresh when the spider is ready. Far from elegant, the web of the black widow, or its Australian cousin, the redback, is a messy crisscross of coarse silk. But look more closely. There's method to her tangled madness. An unlucky ant has wandered into the black widow's silken garden of sticky tripwires. The spider tracks it by feel. Once the ant is stuck, a different sticky thread is used to wrap the live meal. Silk is the spider's cling film. The web may look sloppy, but it's built for larger prey. Even lizards and scorpions are caught out by the widow's trip lines. A paralyzing bite to a vulnerable joint makes the scorpion's armor irrelevant. Its sting useless. The widow uses the web to haul up her catch. For the black widow family, that web is like a lifeline. But sometimes it's also an instrument of courtship. The smaller male plucks the web like a guitar. He'd better be good. Many times his size, the female could mistake him for prey. These super spiders kill their male suitors. As they mate, he'll sometimes somersault, exposing his abdomen to her fangs. This is so he can impregnate her for as long as possible, to ensure his genes are passed on. After all his efforts, he gets eaten, nourishing her and his unborn children. Not only is this spider a cool, calculating murderess, she's a cannibal as well. She doesn't just use her silk to take lives, she uses it to nurture them by protecting her eggs in a luxurious cocoon of silk. When the little ones hatch, they instinctively climb strands of silk or nearby vegetation to reach any high point. Their mission? To ride the wind. In just a light breeze, a single strand of silk is enough to carry them away. The advance guard of an airborne spider invasion. Under Australian skies, the spider arms race took another turn. Silk doesn't have to be a woven work of art. In fact, it doesn't have to be woven at all. Spiders have found more complex ways to use it. The net-casting spider spins a little expandable web that it clutches in its front legs to cast over unsuspecting prey, kind of like a fishing net. For accuracy, the spider may relieve itself on the leaf, creating a ranging mark. When an insect passes close to this target, the spider knows to strike. The victim is helpless. The more it struggles, the more tangled it becomes. Finally, the spider wraps it up and seals its fate. The bolas spider has taken minimalism as far as it can go. It's reduced the web to a single strand. At its end hangs a sticky blob that works much like a fishhook. This fisherman has a consuming appetite for male moths. It baits its lure with a smell similar to a female moth. When it senses the beat of approaching wings, it starts spinning its line, baiting the moth. The cowboy with its lasso just hangs on in there until it strikes lucky. Once the moth is caught, the spider reels it in and settles down to a tasty dinner.
Unidentified objects in the sky. Everybody's asking what? Where and why?
Did I hear you right?
Stonehenge. Instantly recognizable, over 4,000 years old, yet still shrouded in mystery. Why was the stone circle built, and what was it used for? Could its secrets be hidden in its construction? In an ambitious new two-part project, Five will create a 360-degree Stonehenge replica and reconstruct the famous monument live. Its history in the remaking. Stonehenge, the ultimate experiment live. Starts Monday at 7:30 on 5.
Understand one thing. Once you sign, there is no backing out.
This is the Legion! You march or you die!
There are only 3 ways to return to La Belle France. 1. Fulfill your contract. 2. Disability. And 3. In a box.
Van Damme, Legionnaire. 9 o'clock tonight on 5.
In the forests of Asia, there lives a spider that has developed the web into a different weapon. The spitting spider is an ambush hunter. Not only does it take insects, it hunts other spiders. But it doesn't wait for prey to enter its web. Instead, it shoots its web at its prey. The spitting spider fires toxic glue, and it can be deadly accurate. Virtually blind, it detects approaching victims by vibration. Its shot is effective at a hand's length. Once in range, any movement will mean death. Despite its poor eyesight, the spitting spider is not only an expert marksman, it's incredibly quick on the draw. The little jumping spider's struggles are futile. There's no escape from the poisonous glue. With the prey trussed up, the spitting spider looks for a vulnerable joint its tiny jaws can bite. Then it sucks out the life juices. Spiders don't have teeth, so all food must be taken as a drink. Asia's forests aren't the only place where spiders have refined their lethal abilities. The ponds and streams aren't safe either. The Dolomides spider goes fishing for his meals. Using the water like a web, it hunches and waits, feeling for ripples made by prey. The attack is a blur of motion. This one didn't get away. But for the Dolomides, fishing isn't exactly a relaxing hobby. Those lightning reflexes that may inspire our nightmares have helped spiders spread across the world. In Africa, the 8-legged predator of this frog relies on its quick wits to catch a tasty lunch. The frog struggles in vain and spends its dying moments in the jaws of a super killer. Frogs are strong, their legs are powerful, but they're no match for a hand-sized super spider that's so quick on attack. The lack of a web is no handicap to these hunters. Other spiders have developed the technique of stealth, like this masterfully camouflaged crab spider. It lives on flowers that match its color. All dressed up and nowhere to go, this is a killer in waiting. The unsuspecting insect puts itself within easy range every time. The flowers attract happy meals galore. The spider's camouflage works a treat. The ultimate nasty surprise. Crab spiders, like all the others we've seen, only operate on instinct. No signs of a capacity to think. The most active, smartest hunters are jumping spiders. There are more of them than any other, and they're perhaps our planet's most successful predator. Their conspicuous talent is their extraordinary ability to jump. A human with the ability to jump like this could leap the length of a football pitch in one bound. However, their greatest weapon is their advanced vision and a mind that makes sense of what they see. Those forward-facing eyes give them depth perception to judge the distance of their dinner. But to navigate the ups and downs of a hunt, the jumping spiders also had to develop their mental abilities. These super spiders have learned to pursue, to stalk, to ambush their prey with the cunning of a lion. But the hunter can sometimes become the hunted. Only one will leave this leaf alive, spider or praying mantis. Both are formidable opponents. The spider immediately grabs the mantis in a deathlock. But not all mantises and judgment. Jumpers behave like more highly developed animals rather than unthinking robots. And in the tropics, they've developed in many weird and wonderful ways. For instance, peacock spiders use flamboyant displays, just like birds. When male fighting spiders square off over territory or mates, they do it with gestures. Their vision lets them use color and body motions to communicate. So while some jumping spiders act like big cats, these act more like primates. Just like many mammals, one eventually submits, and the winner will get to mate with the best of the opposite sex. Topic design. Too small for big rotating eyeballs like ours, spiders have long tubes that bend to scan objects. The strange stare of their fixed lenses hides even stranger inner workings. At the far end, a second lens enlarges the image, but can't focus between near and far objects like we can. That'd be a problem if it received the image on a flat screen. But the jumping spider has layers of light-sensitive cells. If part of the image is out of focus in one layer, it'll be sharp in another. But its small size means the spider sees just a tiny part of its world at a time. Behind its fixed stare, the spider is scanning you. The spider sees in snapshots, but it's enough to form a mental image. This female jumping spider recognizes that it's a male she's looking at, and they make eyes at each other. Looks like it's not to be. Lurking in this tangled web is the ultimate super spider, a Portia. Her secret weapon is her brain. She seems to be capable of thought. Portia communicates by vibration, but uses those vibrations to tell lies, a definite sign that she's trying to outthink her prey. She takes advantage of any air movement to mask her approach. When the air stops moving, so does she. While she's slowly getting within range, her nearly blind prey still doesn't realize there's any danger. Portia switches tactics once she's within strike range. She begins strumming the web to mimic a struggling insect. Portia gets ready for the strike. So ends Portia's deadly game. Some say she's the ultimate super spider. In the wild, Portia often takes on an extremely dangerous prey. Nephila. The world's largest web spider is over 100 times her size. This is a dangerous mission for Portia. A moth strikes the web, distracting the giant. This is Portia's chance. The tiny male. She ventures carefully onto Nephila's web. Too much vibration could bring the monster back. Here, the microscopic mastermind pits her wits against the venomous cross spider. The delicate web can't hold Portia's weight, so she changes strategy. Portia plays her trump card, deception. She strums the tune of a struggling insect. Portia scans the surroundings and changes tactics yet again. Unhurried, she begins to move away from the web. Deliberately, she moves along twigs and over leaves, losing sight of the web. It looks like she's given up, but Portia is a mistress of deceit. It's all been one lengthy detour. She's arrived at a new vantage point above the cross spider's web, an amazing feat of forward planning. Her mouth is watering. Locking onto her target, she descends, commando-like, into the attack zone. She just has to wait, and she's got all the time in the world. With super spiders on your trail, you can run, but you can't hide. They anticipate your moves. They work as a team. They're unstoppable, and they don't even have to get near to bring you down. If this were our world, it would truly be a place of nightmares.
It's okay, you can stop hiding now. Next this evening, rumours and cover-ups as the whole flying saucer phenomenon is explored from the beginnings in the 1930s to the next generation of UFO. That's after a 5 News update.
This summer, Germany are hosting the Confederations Cup 2005. In preparation for next year's World Cup, they will be enjoying world-class football with Brazil, Argentina, Greece, and of course the German national side, and many more.
And a goal for Brazil! Brazil 1, Germany 0.
5 are crashing the German party. Who are you going to support? The Confederations Cup, live and exclusive on 5, beginning with the World Cup holders Brazil taking on Euro 2004 winners Greece. 7:30 tomorrow, only on 5.
And behold a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death.
Well, there's a lot of sinners hereabouts. You wouldn't want me to leave before I finish my work, would you? How much is it worth to have a clear conscience?
Who are you?
Voice from the past.
Eastwood, Pale Rider, 9 o'clock Friday on 5.
Looks like these guys are going to be 10, 15 strong, minus the 3 I took out. They're very heavily armed.
Timing is everything.
Now's not the time, brother. Yes, it is.
It's the difference between win or lose. Hit or miss. And life or death.
Don't worry about this one, I got a handle.
It's time for Seagal. Half Past Dead, 10 to 10, Sunday on 5.
It's 8 o'clock. I'm Helen Fospero. Police investigating the murder of pregnant Wiltshire woman Hayley Richards have arrested a 29-year-old local man. They say it's not her former boyfriend, Hugo Quintas, who's now believed to be in Spain. Mr. Quintas, who disappeared on the day Hayley's body was found, has told a friend he wants to return to the UK. Today, Hayley's brother spoke of the family's grief.
She was our beautiful baby sister and will always be precious to us. And we'll always miss her. She was loved so much, not only by her family, but by everyone who knew her.
A study of 500,000 people has found new evidence of a link between bowel cancer and red meat. If you eat 3 portions of red or processed meat a day, you triple your chances of developing the disease. Serial rapist is starting 10 life sentences tonight. Petros Anthea attacked 6 women in North London and 3 in Hertfordshire. Anthea had a string of previous convictions in his native Cyprus. A British tourist injured in a helicopter crash in New York is off the critical list tonight. Karen Butler and her husband Gary Roglis were on a sightseeing tour of the city when the craft overturned mid-air and crashed into Manhattan's East River. An explosion at a Russian oil depot has killed 2 people and left 3 others seriously injured. The blast ripped through a storage facility near Moscow. Hundreds of firefighters battled the blaze for 5 hours. The Eden Project in Cornwall is to host a 6th Live 8 concert. The gig, called Africa Calling, will be held on July the 2nd and will showcase African music. Tomorrow's weather: showers across most of the country in the morning. Parts of the south will be mainly dry. The top temperature there, 21 degrees. That's it for now. More news in an hour.
16-year-old male, sudden onset of double vision and night terrors.
As in big scary monsters?
Yes.
From little towns in a far land we came to save our honor and a world aflame. By little towns in a far land we sleep and trust that world we won for you to keep.
Legionnaire, 9 o'clock tonight on 5.
Legionnaire is tonight's big film. That's in an hour on 5. First though, beings from another world? Little blue men with 3 heads? Do flying saucers really exist?